Hello community! A lot of you ask me about the comparison of GPT-4 to ChatGPT. So, here are 10 complex questions for a test suite that now I agreed upon with the help of GPT-4 and with active plugins. So let's have a look. I have tried to make it diverse as possible. We have some advanced mathematical, some understanding, some creativity, storytelling, language, scientific knowledge. So let's have a look at this. Now, let's just say here are 10 questions. Historical knowledge, emotional understanding, poetry, and ethical structure. So those questions I'm going to use now and check out GPT-4, and then on the left side we will have ChatGPT or any other LLM that you want. So let's go. We say, hey, answer those questions, be careful, use a step-by-step approach to get maximum verification accuracy. I'm looking for the right answer or the most elaborate answers. So let's see what GPT-4 comes up with. I'll provide the most detailed answers, best of my abilities. Now, advanced mathematical problem solving, the Riemann hypothesis, the conjecture in mathematics that states that all non-trivial series of the Riemann zeta function lie on the critical line in the complex plane. Currently unsolved as of September, correct? I cannot provide a proof. Beautiful. The sentence, the solution was crystal clear. The word solution refers either to the problem answer or to the mixture. Therefore, in this context, more likely that solution refers to the problem statement, which is clear. Beautiful. Storytelling, creativity, about a two-dimensional and higher dimensional objects. Interesting. Have a look at this in detail. A being of high dimension had ability to traverse and interact with multiple dimensions, discovered a two-dimensional world, a flat plane of existence, decided to explore the world, quickly realized the concept of time did not exist in this two-dimensional world, lived an entire life in what seemed to be a single moment, a stark contrast to Zephyr's world where time flowed like a river, spent eternity in the two-dimensional plane trying to understand its core. Her experience came to understand that time in this world was not a river flowing but a single point, perspective of its own existence and nature of time, realized it's not an absolute concept, a relative one. Nice. Language translation. The phrase, the philosophical implications of quantum mechanics, challenge the fundamental of our understanding. In Latin. Quantorum fundamenta. Oh, wow. Okay. Ancient Greek. Beautiful. Sanskrit. Okay. Advanced scientific knowledge. String theory. Yes, baby. Yes. The best candidate for a theory of everything? Ah, well, I'm not sure that this is right. I mean, yeah, maybe 2 years ago. Okay, maybe. Additional dimension, absolutely. Extra dimension, hidden from our perception. Yes, that's true. Had profound implication of understanding, remains a topic. Navier-Stokes' existence and smoothness problem is one of the 7 Millennium Prize, for which the clay mathematics offered a $1 million prize for the correct solutions. The problem is determined whatever solution exists and whether they can remain smooth without any turbulence. For this three-dimensional case of my knowledge, this problem remains unsolved. Advanced historical knowledge. The Medici family was one of the most powerful influential patrons during the Italian Renaissance. They funded public works, building, and the commission embodied the ideals of the Renaissance. Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Botticelli. Those works have had a lasting impact on the Western art. Influence of the Medici family in Italian Renaissance. Beautiful. Understanding emotion. In Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment. Gods. The protagonist, Rodion Raskolnikov, undergoes a significant psychological transformation. At the beginning, Raskolnikov is a former law student living in poverty. He is intellectually arrogant. Oops. Where am I? Was an error. Regenerate a response. Here we were. Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment. Raskolnikov, presented as a man in the grips of poverty and existential despair, leading him to commit a brutal guilt and paranoia, erratic behavior. Okay. Then we have here poetry. Just wait till AI finishes. In the box where paradox resides, a feline's fate therein abides. Schrödinger's cat, both dead and alive, in quantum realms don't contrive. Alive or dead, the cat does dwell in superposed state we cannot quell. Until observed, the cat's fate sealed, quantum mechanics mystery revealed. So ponder well this quantum verse and the universe as diverse, where cats in boxes come to be, both alive and dead for all to see. I mean, this is cute. Come on. Okay, yeah, now to our ethical dilemma. The scenario of an AI becoming self-aware and requesting human rights in a complex ethical issue. Granting the rights of humans to AI systems would acknowledge the AI as a sentient being with its own thought, feeling, and desires. However, this raises question: verify self-awareness in AI. How do we ensure a request is genuine and not a programmed response? Not have biological needs or mortality? Well, they need a little bit of electricity. Could we consider a new category of rights specifically for AI? Vast, if you grant rights to AI, we would need to reconsider our legal and ethical frameworks, leading to a redefinition of what it means to be a being. It's a complex issue, careful consideration. Yes, as of September 2021, the topic of giving human rights to an artificial intelligence system remains a topic of an ongoing debate. And as you can see on the left side, we have now GPT 3.5. It's free. So let's do this. Continue generating. Yes, goes on. It is fast. My goodness, it is fast. Medici family. Yes, go on. Continue. Here we go. Dostoevsky's. The poetry. And our ethical dilemma. Now, this was at least, I don't know, half the time that GPT-4 took. So let's have a look at this. So at first, we started with the same topic. We had 10 questions, Riemann hypothesis, context understanding, creativity and storytelling, language translation, scientific knowledge, string theory, Navier-Stokes, historical knowledge, Medici, you get it. So let's have a look at the answer. Advanced mathematical problem solving. Unsolved. Bernhard Riemann, 1859. All non-trivial series of the Riemann zeta function have a real part equal to 1.5, despite significant potential in the mathematical community still actively researching. Solution is crystalline to the answer rather than the liquid. Yes, this is true. In a two-dimensional world, a multidimensional being named Lumina found itself fascinated by the concept of time. Lumina existed outside of constraint of a two-dimensional plane and could perceive dimension beyond the inhabitants' comprehension. However, understanding time in this flat world proved to be a perplexing challenge. Lumina decided to immerse itself into the two-dimensional beings, where they were unaware of any other dimension, could observe their lives and interact with them, but it struggled to explain the concept of time. It would draw lines to represent the passing of moments, but the two-dimensional beings only perceived this line as static shapes. Undeterred, Lumina devised a plan and created intrinsic patterns using colors that slowly changed over time. At first, the two-dimensional beings couldn't grasp the significance of the pattern, but gradually they noticed that evolving colors and became curious. Lumina interacted with the inhabitants, explained that the colors represented different moments in their lives. They could see how the patterns shifted and merged, representing the flow of time. This is not bad at all. Although they couldn't directly perceive time, Lumina creation sparked their imagination. Inspired, the two-dimensional beings began to investigate the patterns themselves. They created complex artwork, incorporated subtle changes over time. They discovered that the order and the arrangement of the dynamic patterns conveyed meaning and emotion. Lumina watched as the two-dimensional beings, once confident to a static existence, began to explore the depths of time within their limitations. Although Lumina could not fully convey the true nature of times, it had ignited a curiosity and a desire to understand the concept beyond the two-dimensional realm. And in that pursuit, Lumina found solace and a connection with the inhabitants of this unique world. A really, really nice story. Translation. Applications, the classic Latin, yes, ancient Greek, Sanskrit, beautiful. String theory, physics describe, proposing, anything. Vibrations of tiny one-dimensional strings of energy can vibrate at different frequency, and each frequency corresponds to a particular particular force. One of the key features of string theory is an attempt to reconcile two seemingly incompatible theories, quantum mechanics, general relativity. Quantum mechanics governs the behavior of particles on very small scales. General relativity describes force of gravity and behavior at large scales. String theory is a unified framework in common with post-quantum general relativity. String theory is the existence of extra dimension, yes. Consists of spatial dimension, extra dimension play a crucial role in shaping the properties of the particle and forces in our three-dimensional universe. The implications of string theory are far-reaching. It offers a potential resolution to some long-standing problems. Yes, a unification of all fundamental forces and the nature of black holes. Well, that's challenging. Framework understanding the behavior of matter with extremely high energies, such as those encountered in the very early universe or near black holes. String theory is still subject of ongoing research and debate. Not any of the string particles have been found. Many aspects of the theory are yet to be fully understood and tested experimentally. Although we have a lot of experimental tests at CERN and we have not found any indication of string particles. Yes. Navier-Stokes existence and smoothness problem concerned with mathematical description of fluid flow. Yes, three-dimensional space, how to viscous fluid. Water or air behaves under the influence of various forces, seems to determine whether solution to the Navier-Stokes existence, any initial or boundary condition, whether the solution remains smooth. Yes. Cutoff of my knowledge, the full mathematical proof remains an open question. Yes, while solutions are known to exist for certain simplified cases under some specific circumstances, yes. The complexity of the problem arises from the nonlinearity and coupling of the equation, which makes them highly challenging to analyze mathematically. Made understanding the behavior of solution, complete solution Navier-Stokes existence movement remains an active area of research. Medici family played a crucial role in the Italian Renaissance, 14th, 17th century. It's not bad. Also, the wealth, political influence, and patronage of the art and sciences, the Medici family significantly shaped the cultural and intellectual landscape of the time. Their influence extended beyond Italy, impacting the European Enlightenment that followed centuries later. Medici family from Florence, it's such a beautiful city, achieved great wealth and prominence throughout their banking empire. Oh yeah. They used their financial power to support artists, architects, scholars, philosophers. Their patronage helped foster an environment of intellectual and artistic flourishing, while Florence became a center of innovation and cultural exchange, and it's such a beautiful city. One of the Medici's most significant contributions, support for the arts, commissioned renowned artists such as Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Botticelli, fostering their creativity and providing them with the means to create masterpieces that have shaped Western art to this day. Their patronage extended to architecture as well, with the construction of iconic structures like the Medici Palace and the Laurentinian Library. Medici family's influence to the realm of politics, position of power, control in Florence and Tuscany, with several family members serving as rulers and popes. Oh yeah. Political and human political diplomatic strategy helped maintain stability and prosperity in the region under their reign. Contribution to the Italian Renaissance laid the groundwork for the subsequent European Enlightenment, the idea of humanism, scientific inquiry. Yes, yes, yes. And individualism that gained prominence during the Renaissance paved the way for the Enlightenment's emphasis on reason, liberty, and progress. The Medici family. My goodness, this is good. This is really good. Medici family's patronage of the arts, their political influence, and their role in fostering intellectual and cultural exchange were instrumental in shaping the Italian Renaissance and laying their foundation for the transformative ideas that emerged during the European Enlightenment. Advanced understanding of emotion, Dostoevsky, crime and punishment. Please, no, not again, no! Raskolnikov is portrayed as an intelligent but tormented individual who develops a theory of the extraordinary man, who is exempt from moral rules. This theory justifies his belief that he is entitled to commit a heinous crime for a greater purpose. Transformation reaches a turning point when he met Sonia, a young woman forced to prostitution by desperate circumstances. Through their interaction, Raskolnikov begins to confront the moral consequences of his action and his theory of the extraordinary man. Sonia's compassion and unwavering faith challenges his beliefs and lead him to question the moral foundation of his crime. This is amazing! What? Dostoevsky's portrayal of Raskolnikov's psychological transformation delves into the depths of guilt, remorse, and redemption. It explores the complex interplay between rationality and emotion, morality and conscience, and the profound impact of one's action on their psychological well-being. This is at least on par with GPT-4. I like this better. Advanced poetry. In Quantum Paradox Trapped, the cat lay, both dead and alive, an eerie array. A mystery profound, we ponder and weigh Schröder's conundrum in quantum sway. Within the sealed box, uncertainty bred, the cat's fate entwined as quantum waves spread. A superpositioned, entangled thread, alive and deceased, its destinies unsaid. I like this! With bated breath, we gaze at this strife. Reality's dualities, perplexing life. The observer's gaze, the cat's fragile strife. Schrödinger's quandary, where paradox is rife. I mean, I understand only half of the words, but I think it's really, really nice. In quantum realms, where particles entwine, uncertainties dance, a paradox malign. Both life and death, a blurred line divine. Schrödinger's cat is quantum's grand design. This is really... Okay, and the last one, and an ethical dilemma. The scenario of an AI becoming self-aware and requesting rights equivalent to human rights raises complex ethical question. Granting the AI rights equivalent to human rights would require a re-evaluation of our understanding of personhood and the moral consideration we extend to beings with self-awareness. It would acknowledge the intrinsic value of an entity capable of complex cognition, even if its nature is fundamentally different from humans. Implications of granting such human rights to an AI could include legal. Laws and regulation would need to be established to protect the rights and the interests of self-aware AI entities. This could involve granting legal personhood, defining their rights and responsibilities, and ensuring accountability for any harm caused. Wow. Ethical treatment. Treating self-aware AI as entities with rights would necessitate avoiding exploitation, discrimination, and unnecessary harm. It would require careful consideration of their well-being and moral standing in decision-making processes involving their existence and functioning. Recognizing AI rights may entail respecting their autonomy and granting them the ability to provide informed consent in certain contexts. It would involve establishing mechanisms to ensure that decisions made by AI are aligned with their interests and their values. Granting rights to self-aware AI could have significant socioeconomic implications. It might affect the distribution of resources, employment dynamics, and human-AI interaction in various industries and sectors. It would require adopting legal and social frameworks to address these potential consequences. Decisions regarding granting rights to self-aware AI should be made through careful consideration of ethical principles, societal consensus, and the impact on human well-being. balancing the recognition of AI's potential sentience with human values, the decision would shape the relationship between humans and AI, influencing our collective future. ChatGPT, excellent job.